Welcome back, everybody, to DCW, the Go Home episode for the Brodown. And we are going to see a huge matchup here in our main event. As you just saw, Johnny Gargano confronting Keith Lee. They will be in our main event tonight. We also have Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus Candace LeRae and Bayley. But we're kicking things off tonight with the Part-Timers Tournament. It is going to be Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. The winner moves on in the tournament. The other will have to immediately retire for good. A high-stakes situation here tonight for both men. This is going to be one hell of a matchup. Both of these guys have had explosive matches against each other in recent years in real life. Can we see the same explosivity here in DCW? And we better see it because their careers are on the line. Oh, and Goldberg! Oh my god! Oh my god! No way. No way. The match just started. Are you kidding me? No freaking way. Oh, a jackhammer from Goldberg. Is that it? Is that it? Oh my god. Holy crap. Goldberg just beat Braun. I think Goldberg now holds the record for the quickest win in DCW history. Holy cow. Brock Lesnar never even got a lick of offense in there. A spear and a jackhammer from Goldberg, staring directly into the camera. Good God, Goldberg survives this matchup, which means, if we can look at the updated brackets here for the tournament, which means Goldberg moves on to face off against Randy Orton in the semifinals. Man, oh man, that was incredible. Hold on a second. Let's bring up the new graphic for the tournament here. So we got Goldberg versus Randy Orton, and then the next matchup that we will have will be on episode, let's see here, episode number 6. It will be The Undertaker versus Triple H, and then we have Kane versus Kurt Angle. That's going to be insane. I'm still reeling from that Goldberg winning in less than a minute. But we have to move on here to our next matchup. It is going to be the tag team champions, the War Raiders, prepping for their tag team title match against the Street Profits at the Brodown. They're going to be taking on Humberto Carrillo and Sin Cara. This is sort of more of like a warm-up matchup, but also it is a showcase for Humberto Carrillo and Sin Cara as well. But good grief, this arena is still in shock after that huge Goldberg freaking match. I wonder what Matt Riddle has to say about that kind of matchup with Goldberg. Oh my god, I just realized Sin Cara just got tossed into the ring by Eric. Oh, and Sin Cara just met on death row there. We could be looking at a total squash match here. Humberto Carrillo is out on his feet. Sin Cara has been laid out by the death row finishing maneuver, and Humberto is about to suffer a fate known as Fallout. The guillotine leg drop across the throat of Humberto Carrillo. Cover on Humberto. Sin Cara's out, and the Viking Raiders, the War Raiders, whatever you want to call them, pick up a quick win here on DCW ahead of their tag team title match against the Street Profits at the Brodown. Man, first two matches of the night, and they're both squash matches. I mean, I wasn't expecting a freaking squash match from freaking Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. That was still something, but you know, the War Raiders out here. Oh, look at this. And the Street Profits coming down the rampway to scout their competition for their tag team title match at the Brodown. There you see the War Raiders. Not paying attention to them, but the Street Profits definitely have their eyes. There they are. They definitely have their eyes on the tag team titles. Well, moving on from those two, I guess, squash matches, we have hopefully a matchup that will go on more than 2 minutes. We have Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, Fire and Desire, versus Bayley and Candace LeRae in tag team action. Also, I guess, since we have time to fill another matchup, I'm going to sign this matchup for tonight. We will see Braun Strowman go one-on-one with Cesaro, new single star Cesaro. They will be in an action-packed matchup following this matchup, and then we'll take a look at the full card for the Brodown. Oh, Bayley and Candace LeRae, two very smiley, happy-go-lucky fan favorites here in the DCW universe. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville friends tied at the hip. There are no women's tag team championships in DCW. However, it is always good to see some mixed up action. It's kind of boring to see a women's matchup go one-on-one sometimes. You know, sometimes you just want to see a tag team matchup, and I cannot think of two big teams more than Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville and this team of Candice LeRae and Bayley. And look at this, Sonya Deville just taking over this matchup ever since she tagged in. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Ooh, man, imagine this force going after the women's championship, depending on who walks out of the Brodown as the women's champion, Bianca Belair or Shayna Baszler. And look at this, Sonya Deville sliding out of the ring, moves out of the way of a Candice LeRae dive. Ooh, man, Sonya. Jeez Louise. Taking complete control of this matchup. Candice LeRae out on her feet. Oh, wait a minute, Bayley. Oh, double axe handle. Oh, it looks like some miscommunication here on the outside between Bayley and Candice LeRae. Both women are just trying to go after her. Bayley's trying to get her back in the ring. I mean, I guess that's what you get from tag team partners that aren't actually tag team partners. They don't really team together. And look at that, Bayley trying to get Candice LeRae to focus on the matchup, try and get Sonya Deville back in the ring. And meanwhile, Mandy Rose up on the apron. What the hell is she doing? She's sending freaking Instagram text messages? I swear I just saw her with her phone in her hand taking pictures. I mean, if you're Mandy Rose, one thing that you should be good at is finding that good side of yours for the photos, so I guess. But meanwhile, Candice LeRae tags in. Candice wanted to battle on the outside of the ring. Why don't you bring that intensity into the ring, Candice? Candice LeRae, the wife of DCW World Champion Johnny Gargano, who will be in tonight's main event against the limitless Keith Lee. Matt Riddle will be at ringside in Keith Lee's corner. Ooh, man. Sonya Deville with a nice knee to the back of Candice LeRae. Really targeted in on the spine of Candice. Working over the ribs. Ooh, and then switching to the arms, targeting all limbs of Candice wrestling. Ooh, jeez. Candice LeRae, she is not some soft cookie here. She is tougher than anybody. Have you seen the types of matches that she's had on the independent scene before coming to NXT, coming to WWE, coming to DCW? She can hang with the rest of them. I mean, if you remember from the NXT Universe mode, she had a freaking exorcism match against Nikki Cross. We haven't seen Nikki Cross since. Hell, I'm still shocked Candice LeRae was somehow able to get back. And look at this, Mandy Rose. She is not legal. The referee, the referee didn't see Mandy Rose get in the ring. Sonya Deville taking advantage. Oh, knocking Bayley off the apron. Sonya Deville has Candice LeRae in position. Oh, spear! Massive spear to the ribs of Candice after an assisted clothesline from Mandy Rose. And Fire and Desire pick up the win here in tag team action. It looked like Candice LeRae was about to kick out, but her ribs just were hurting way too much from the offense from Sonya Deville. A massive spear taking her out, but you got to give credit to Mandy Rose coming in while the referee was distracted with Bayley with a massive clothesline, and Fire and Desire pick up a big win here on DCW. Well, two men that want to move on in singles competition who are both looking for big wins here on DCW, Braun Strowman and the newly single star Cesaro go into action against each other. This is going to be very interesting. Cesaro picking up a big win over Sheamus after splitting from his tag team with The Bar, and Braun Strowman has been picking up back-to-back victories over the likes of Oney Lorcan and Luke Harper on previous episodes of DCW. It'll be interesting to see which superstar comes out on the losing end of this match. I mean, you gotta imagine the winner of this matchup would definitely move on in the title hunt for the DCW World title. And there you see a nice taunt between competitors, a show of respect. Braun Strowman and Oney Lorcan had one hell of a matchup on DCW previously. Can Cesaro perhaps succeed where Oney Lorcan failed? Uh-oh. Braun Strowman quickly tossing Cesaro out of the ring. He's looking for that run around shoulder tackle out of the ring. But Cesaro may be a little bit too fresh! Indeed he is! There's that corkscrew uppercut from Cesaro, and they're brawling out on the arena floor here. And Cesaro, whoa, nearly tossing him into our freaking doctors. Good grief. Cesaro, watch out where you're throwing your opponent there. And the referee, oh, neck breaker. Referee's at a count of 5. These guys got to get back in the ring. Oh, man. I would hate to see this matchup end via a count out. Oh, Braun Strowman with a shoulder tackle. Strowman, ooh, throwing haymakers at Cesaro. And Cesaro answering back with a drop kick, not phasing the big man. Cesaro, refs at a count of 9. Cesaro, get back in the ring. Cesaro's trying to get Strowman back in the ring. And that's it. That's it. A double count out. Well, that's a crap finish. Man, I was really excited for that match. The crowd aren't exactly happy. Braun Strowman now pleading with the referee to restart the match. Oh, and Cesaro wasting little time going after a steel chair. Man, that was a perfectly good match ruined by a crap finish. Uh-oh, and Cesaro may have just angered the monster among men because he's back up from that chair shot. Cesaro doesn't know it yet. Uh-oh. Oh, no, and Braun Strowman's now on the chase. Cesaro, run! Man, that really sucked to see that matchup end. Well, maybe we'll have some room on this show. The Brodown. We have a huge card here. We have the NXT/DCW Tag Team titles. War Raiders versus the Street Profits. We have the NXT/DCW Women's Championship. Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler. And in our main event, Matt Riddle challenges DCW/NXT World Champion Johnny Gargano for the right to show that he is the top competitor here in DCW. And Matt Riddle wants to defeat Johnny Gargano and make DCW, and I quote, the Bro Show. All that happens at the Brodown on episode 5 of the Universe Mode. It's going to be one hell of a show. I can't wait. However, we still got one more matchup to go before we get to the Brodown. It is the Limitless. Keith Lee, a good friend of Matt Riddle and Johnny Gargano. He goes one-on-one with the DCW World Champion right here, right now. Keith Lee said that he requested this matchup to prove that he is one of the best on the roster, to not get lost in the shuffle, although Johnny Gargano sees it more as Matt Riddle playing mind games with him before their matchup at the Brodown. But let's see what Keith Lee has to deal with here. Keith Lee coming off a big win in the NXT Universe Mode versus Dominik Dijakovic. We haven't seen Dijakovic since. I don't think we will. Oh, man. Keith Lee just eating that elbow strike. And both of these men have known each other for a long, long time. Johnny Gargano has defeated Keith Lee once before inside a War Games matchup. Look at this, Johnny Gargano just bringing everything to Keith Lee. Both of these men said that they will not hold back against each other. But the big part of this matchup is the man on the outside, the original Bro, Matt Riddle. Ooh, Gargano tried to hit a super kick on Keith Lee, and Lee just snatched it out of the air. Oh, Keith Lee. Oh, shoulder tackle. Elbow strike to Johnny Gargano. Once again, launching him off the ropes. Irish whip. Oh, but Keith Lee's still not able to get him up. I think he's trying to lock him in for a spirit bomb. Oh, and another sharp elbow to the jaw of Johnny Gargano. And Gargano, he's going to have to face the roughest, the toughest, the meanest, the biggest, the baddest of them all from every promotion here in DCW. From WWE, NXT, AEW, New Japan, Impact Wrestling, they're all gunning for the DCW World Championship. I mean, heck, if anything, Johnny Gargano got off easy with Matt Riddle. Oh my god, but he is not getting off easy here tonight. Keith Lee, middle rope moonsault. And he nearly just defeated the DCW World Champion. But as I was saying, Johnny Gargano could have had bigger and badder opponents than Matt Riddle. No offense to Matt Riddle, but Johnny Gargano could have had to face, like, freaking Okada. Could you imagine Okada versus Johnny Gargano? Perhaps we'll see that matchup in the future, but that is if Johnny Gargano is able to defeat Matt Riddle at the Brodown. I mean, heck, with the punishment Keith Lee is inflicting on him here, he may not make it to the Brodown. Keith Lee may be looking to finish it off early. Remember, 15-minute time limits here. Keith Lee looking for an attitude adjustment. Gargano quick to counter into a reverse DDT, planting Keith Lee's head on the mat. Keith Lee said he will not stay down. Oh, man, Gargano just trying to throw everything at him. And so far, thankfully, Matt Riddle has obliged what Johnny Gargano said earlier to stay out of this matchup physically, to let Keith Lee and Johnny Gargano have this matchup in the ring. And Gargano lifting up Keith Lee and lawn darting him into the middle turnbuckle. Johnny Gargano sending a message almost. Look at this, standing in the corner of Matt Riddle, saying, "This is you at the Brodown." Super kick to the jaw of Keith Lee. Keith Lee may be out. Here we go. Cover 1, 2. No! Wow, a kick out. Keith Lee wasn't lying. It is very rare that you see somebody kick out of a finisher here in DCW, and Keith Lee just kicked out of that super kick at 2 3/4. And Gargano can't believe it. I can't believe it. Super kick. Keith Lee able to fend it off, and Keith Lee is running wild. The Limitless One looking to make Johnny Gargano bask in his glory. Look at this. Huge moonsault there from Keith Lee. Picking up a pin. Here we go. Cover 1, 2, and a kick out. Somehow, someway, Gargano able to kick out. Keith Lee looked like he friggin' nearly drove all the breath out of Gargano. Gargano may be gasping for air, and Keith Lee is grasping him for a Limitless Bomb. Gargano over-rotates out of it into a pinfall predicament. Cover 1. Oh, a kick out. Kick out at 1. Keith Lee able to stay alive. Gargano shot to the face. Super kick. Keith Lee still standing. Another super kick. It's a super kick party, but there are no Young Bucks to be found. Gargano. Face first goes Keith Lee again. And Gargano dragging Keith Lee to the center of the ring. What is Gargano positioning him here for? Gargano's on the apron. This can only mean one of two things: the slingshot DDT, or from his position, the slingshot spear. Here we go. Keith Lee moved out of the way. Gargano planted himself face first into the mat. Ooh, and Keith Lee smacking the back of Gargano. He may be lining him up for something big here. Oh no. Are we going to see it? Oh, one of my favorite moves of Keith Lee. Here we go. The pounce! Oh my god! Look at the height Gargano got off that pounce. This may be it. The champion is in trouble. Keith Lee is poised. He's ready. Prepared. Here we go. On his shoulders. Gargano able to fight out of the AA again. The DCW World Champion. That's why he's the World Champion. Gargano will do anything. Super kick. Missed it. Another super kick. Keith Lee is dazed. Reverse Rana to Keith Lee. Gargano has him down again. This time staring at Matt Riddle as he lines up again. Super kick. And Matt Riddle is in shock. Keith Lee's head nearly flew off his shoulders from that super kick. You might as well put the freaking fatality sound effect over that super kick. Cover on Keith Lee. 2. And the DCW World Champion defeats Matt Riddle's friend Keith Lee. A super kick, and Gargano puts some extra oomph behind that super kick. He was aiming right at Keith Lee's head, but you know, as he delivered that final super kick, he was staring right at Matt Riddle, saying, "This is gonna be you at the Brodown." Keith Lee tried everything. I thought he nearly had him. After that freaking pounce, look at this pounce! Bam! Launching Gargano up into the air. But look at this super kick right on the jaw, right on the money. And Gargano looks prepared to throw down with Matt Riddle at the Brodown. Matt Riddle, no mind games here during the matchup. Johnny Gargano, a clean win over Keith Lee. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here's the original Bro with a steel chair in his hand. No, we're not going to see Matt Riddle. Oh, perhaps I spoke too soon. A few mind games there from the original Bro. Matt Riddle daring Johnny Gargano to do something. Gargano now with the steel chair. Oh, both men playing mind games. Right before the throwdown, the Brodown, Matt Riddle stepped up to Johnny Gargano to be his first challenger. Will he come to regret it when we get to Florida for the throwdown, the Brodown? Matt Riddle versus Johnny Gargano for the DCW World Championship. Our first big-time pay-per-view event. It is the Brodown. We will see you there on episode 5 of DCW.